Hello everybody and welcome back to another anatomy and physiology practice test live stream. We are going over the muscular system and the nervous system today. Quick introduction. My name is Ollie. I go live multiple times a week to teach anatomy and physiology here on TikTok Live. I have my master's degree in molecular medicine. Fun fact, I actually graduated with my master's degree literally a year ago today, so that is awesome. I cannot believe it's been a year. I have A&P notes you can purchase on my website. I have a practice test library with every single TikTok Live practice test, and I have one-on-one tutoring. Number one, the resting membrane potential. Remember, resting membrane potential of most neurons is approximately what? A, B, C, or D? But number one, the answer is B, and then we'll kind of talk about why in a sense. But again, neurons at rest, they have a negative potential inside of the cell membrane relative to the outside. This is actually due to the next question here, the sodium-potassium ATPase pump. But let's move on to the next question now. Anyway, if you did get the last question right, put a 1 in the chat. Number 2, the sodium-potassium pump, it moves what? How does it move? The answer is A. We pump 3 sodiums out and we pump 2 potassiums in. What happens is 3 sodiums go out, 2 go in. That leaves a negative resting membrane potential. Number 3, if you got that last question right, put a 1 in the chat. Now, we talked about resting membrane potential, but what about threshold potential? What about threshold potential for number 3? The threshold potential for generating an action potential is typically what? A, B, C, or D? What do we think for this one, everyone? But number 3, the answer is C. It is negative 55 millivolts. What that means, the threshold potential is the voltage at which the voltage-gated sodium channels open that trigger the action potential. Number 4, during depolarization, which ion primarily enters the cell? A, B, C, or D? What do we think? The answer is C. It is sodium. So during depolarization, like we mentioned, once we hit our threshold potential, our sodium voltage-gated channels open. Sodium rushes into the cell, making the cell more positive. Number 5, the refractory period prevents what? A, B, C, or D? But number 5, the refractory period is D. It is backward propagation of action potentials. So this prevents action potentials from moving backward along the axon. So again, it ensures that once an action potential passes, the membrane temporarily cannot be depolarized again in that region. Saltatory conduction occurs where? A, B, C, or D for number 6? What do we think? The answer is A. It is myelinated axons. Again, myelin insulates the axon. Action potentials jump from node to node, which is our nodes ramp here. That speeds up your conduction. If you got that one right, put a 1 in the chat. Number 7, Schwann cells are found in the what? A, B, C, or D? What do we think for number 7? Number 7, the answer is B. Fantastic. The peripheral nervous system. Again, they myelinate our peripheral nervous system axon. But anyway, bye, Mad. Oligodendrocytes are going to myelinate our central nervous system. Number 9, multiple sclerosis is characterized by what? A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think for number 9? The answer is B. It is central nervous system demyelination. It is an autoimmune disorder that attacks the myelin in the CNS. That slows down your nerve conduction. Number 10, Guillain-Barré syndrome affects what? A, B, C, or D? The answer is D. It is peripheral myelin. Again, our GBS, we have an autoimmune attack on the PNS myelin, leading to more weakness and paralysis. So again, CNS, PNS. Number 11, some muscles here. Type 1 muscle fibers are what? A, B, C, or D? It is B. It is slow oxidative. It is slow oxidative. These are our slow twitch fibers. They're fatigue resistance, and they rely on our aerobic metabolism. Number 12, type 2B fibers primarily rely on what? A, B, C, or D for this one? What do we think? The answer is B. It's anaerobic glycolysis. Again, our type 2B, these are our fast twitch. Because it's anaerobic, this is going to be more quick or powerful contractions, right? But they fatigue very quickly, right? They fatigue very quickly. Number 13, the smallest functional unit of a muscle fiber is the what? A, B, C, or D? The answer is C. It is a sarcomere. That is the smallest functional unit of a muscle fiber. That's a repeating unit of myofibrils. Again, they span from Z disc to Z disc. They have our actin and our myosin. Number 14, according to the sliding filament theory, muscle contraction occurs when what happens? A, B, C, or D? The answer is B. Actin slides over myosin. During contraction, we have myosin here in the middle, and then we have our actin out here. We have heads on the myosin that are going to bind to actin and pull them towards the center of the sarcomere, sliding it over myosin. That's what gives us our muscle contraction. But what about number 15? If you got the last question right, put a 1 in the chat as well. But what about number 15? The neurotransmitter at the neuromuscular junction is what? What is our key neurotransmitter here? Number 15, the neurotransmitter is the acetylcholine neurotransmitter. Again, acetylcholine binds to nicotinic receptors on muscle fibers. That allows for the action potential for sodium to rush in because it's going to open up sodium channels. That's going to cause depolarization. But number 16, calcium binds to which protein during muscle contraction? Which one does it bind to? But number 16, the answer is B. It's troponin. It's troponin. So putting this together, calcium binds to troponin. It removes tropomyosin off of actin active sites. Why is that important? That is important because, like we mentioned up here, myosin heads have to bind to actin, but it can't do that when tropomyosin covers it. So when troponin removes tropomyosin, it's going to allow these myosin heads to bind to actin and pulling it towards the center of the sarcomere. Number 17. If you got that last question right, put a 1 in the chat as well. But number 17, the size principle of motor unit recruitment states that what happens? A, B, C, or D? The answer is A. Smaller motor units are activated first. So again, when we have smaller fatigue-resistant motor units, they get recruited first. And then as you increase the need or demand for force, you are going to recruit larger fibers. Number 18, isometric contraction means what? A, B, C, or D? The answer is A. Tension changes and length stays the same. So how do you remember this? If you think of an isometric hold, if you guys work out and you do planks or you do wall sits, they suck, right? That's the longest minute of your life. But again, you're generating tension, right? You're generating force, you're generating tension, but you're not moving. So the muscle length is staying the same. And isotonic contraction is where the length does change. Number 19, muscle fatigue is often caused by what? A, B, C, or D? Number 19, muscle fatigue is often caused by B. It is ATP depletion and lactic acid buildup. Fatigue occurs, basically we lose ATP, we build up our lactic acid. Number 20, muscle hypertrophy results from what? A, B, C, or D? Number 20, the answer is D. We increase in myofibril size and protein synthesis. So again, muscle hypertrophy, our muscle is growing by increasing the diameter of the fiber and the contractile proteins. We do not add new fibers. So no, big no, we do not add new fibers. Number 21, moving on down to the next page here. Number 21, the corticospinal tract is responsible for what? A, B, C, or D? I know a lot of people struggle with the spinal tracts. The answer is C. It's voluntary muscle control. This one is voluntary muscle control. All right. So again, our corticospinal tract or our pyramidal tract, this is responsible for our fine voluntary movements. Number 22, Parkinson's disease is due to loss of dopamine in the what? A, B, C, or D? In D. Our basal nuclei. Number 23, the cerebellum is primarily responsible for what? A, B, C, or D? It is B. It's our coordination and our proprioception. It fine-tunes our movements. It maintains our balance. It coordinates our posture. Number 24, a simple stretch reflex involves what? A, B, C, or D? What do we think for this one? Also, if you're new here, welcome. My name's Ollie, by the way. I go live multiple times a week to teach anatomy and physiology here on TikTok Live. I give you guys practice questions. I'm really here to help promote your active recall. I got an A in anatomy and physiology. I got 100% on my final exams. I want to help you guys do the same thing. I really do. I love doing this, so I love being here, and I appreciate you guys being here. Number 24, the answer. Again, a simple stretch reflex involves one synapse between sensory and motor neurons. So again, a monosynaptic reflex. We have a sensory neuron, and we move to a motor neuron. So like our knee-jerk reflex. Number 25, the upper motor neuron lesions cause what? A, B, C, or D? We'll start our final exam reviews and practice tests on November 17th. The answer is A. It's spastic paralysis. So again, when we have upper motor neuron lesions, we have spastic paralysis. So hypertonia, spasticity, exaggerated reflexes. Lower motor neuron damage gives us more flaccid paralysis. Number 26, Golgi tendon organs detect what? A, B, C, or D? The answer is A, that is the tension in muscle. So Golgi tendon organs they're sensory receptors that are located in your tendons, and they monitor muscle tension whenever you contract muscles. The point of that, and why that is to prevent your muscles damaging from some sort of excessive force. They create that like inhibition, right? Number 27, the premotor cortex functions to do what? A, B, C, or D? Number 27, the premotor cortex functions to, the answer is A. It is going to plan our movement sequences. So again, our premotor cortex is located in the frontal lobe. That is more, a little more anterior to the primary motor cortex. Again, we plan out our voluntary movements since we organize our sequences of muscle contractions. Number 28, the vestibular system helps control what? A, B, C, or D? What do we think? What do we think for this one? Number 28. That is balance and equilibrium. So vestibular system, that's more so your inner ear, so your semicircular canals, your vestibule. They detect your head position and also its motion. That allows you to coordinate your posture, your balance, your eye movements. Number 29, electrical synapses are connected by what? A, B, C, or D? For number 29, what do we think? That is C. It is gap junctions. So these are electrical synapses. Again, these are gap junctions. They are connected by, again, electrical synapses are connected by our gap junctions, allowing for bidirectional flow of ions, which is unlike chemical ones. But number 30, moving on, number 30, neurotransmitters are released via what? A, B, C, or D? What process releases these? This is C. It is exocytosis. If you got that one right, put a 1 in the chat. Exo is out, right? They're stored in synaptic vesicles, and the action potential reaches the axon terminal. Calcium triggers the vesicles to essentially fuse with the membrane. So if we draw our thing here, and if we have our membrane, this is our membrane, our mem. These vesicles, again, go out. That is exoendocytosis into. Number 31, the main inhibitory neurotransmitter in the central nervous system is what? Again, our main inhibitory one, A, B, C, or D. Also, if you need some extra help in A&P, I have all my notes whenever I was in the class. And then all these tests that I do on TikTok Live, if you want the blank versions, they're on MedZig. I also offer one-on-one tutoring. I actually just posted my availability for next week. But anyway, number 31, the answer is B. It's GABA. It is GABA. That's our gamma-aminobutyric acid. It is a primary inhibitory neurotransmitter. What that does is this is going to open the chloride channels, hyperpolarizing the neurons. That is going to reduce their excitability. Number 32, the excitatory postsynaptic potentials, or EPSPs, cause what? A, B, C, or D? It is A. It is depolarization. If we're exciting something, right? They are a temporary depolarization of the postsynaptic membrane. Again, our sodium influx that moves the membrane potential toward its threshold. Number 33, inhibitory. What about inhibitory postsynaptic potentials? So IPSPs. What about that one? So you can almost use the last one to help you answer this question. Yep, it is hyperpolarization. Hyperpolarization. iPSVs make this cells, again, more negative. That can be with the influx, so influx of chloride, or the efflux of potassium. That moves the potential away from threshold. That inhibits the action potential. It is basically just the opposite. Remember, excitatory depolarization, inhibitory hyperpolarization. Number 34, SSRIs increase serotonin levels by doing what? A, B, C, or D. So there are selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. Fantastic. That is B. That is by blocking the reuptake. So again, our selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor is a reuptake inhibitor, meaning it blocks reuptake. It prevents the reuptake of serotonin into the presynaptic neuron. What that does is that is going to increase the serotonin availability in the synaptic cleft, essentially. Number 35, the long-term potentiation is important for what? A, B, C, or D? Fantastic. It is learning and memory. LTP strengthens your synapses after you repeatedly stimulate them, right? That's the basics for our plasticity, our memory formation, and our learning. That's why joining these live streams and doing these questions over and over again is going to help you learn, right? Number 36, the frontal lobe is primarily involved in what? A, B, C, or D? All my A and P notes and then all of the TikTok live practice tests, they'll be on my website, Medzeg. The answer is A. It's our decision-making and our motor control. Again, our frontal lobe has more of our executive functions, personality, voluntary movement. Again, that's mainly your prefrontal cortex and decision-making and your motor areas. Number 37, the limbic system regulates what? A, B, C, or D? Answer is B. It is our emotions and memory. If you got that one right, put a 1 in the chat. Again, our limbic system, it's made up of our amygdala, our hippocampus, for functions for emotions, memory, motivation, learning. Number 38, the hypothalamus controls what? A, B, C, or D? The answer is B. It is homeostasis and hormone regulation. So hypothalamus, again, with homeostasis and hormone regulation, that's temperature, that's hunger, that's thirst. And then with hormone regulation, it's going to regulate the endocrine system via releasing and inhibiting hormones on the anterior pituitary. You will definitely learn about that in AMP2 in the endocrine system. Number 39, the thalamus acts as what? What is its function? A, B, C, or D? The answer is A. It is a sensory relay station. It filters and relays sensory information to the cortex. Number 40. The reticular activating system controls what? A, B, C, or D? Like I mentioned, all of my A and P notes and all of the TikTok live practice tests, it's the blank versions. It has the answer key at the end. Those are on Medzeg. The reticular activating system controls, it is B. It is our consciousness and our wakefulness. So again, that is the network in our brain stem that's more alertness, attention, and sleep-wake cycle. Moving on to the next page now, number 41, the autonomic nervous system controls what? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D for someone, what do we think? It is D. It's our involuntary functions. Involuntary functions. So involuntary functions would be our heart rate, digestion, gland activity, smooth muscle. Number 42, the sympathetic division is associated with what? A, B, C, or D? The sympathetic. Remember that we have our autonomic, think of automatic. The other one with this one and the peripheral nervous system is our somatic nervous system. This is, soma means body, so it's going to be our voluntary functions. It's A. It is our fight or flight. It increases heart rate, it dilates your pupils, inhibits your digestion, prepares you for if someone is going to jump around the corner and yell boo at you, you're going to be ready to go. Number 43, parasympathetic activation causes what? A, B, C, or D? The answer is C. It is digestive stimulation. Or rest and digest, right? Parar means stop in Spanish. Parachute slows you down from falling. But again, it's going to stimulate your salivation, your digestion, and basically conserve your energy. Number 44, the baroreceptor reflex helps regulate what? A, B, C, or D for this one? What do we think? The answer is B. It is blood pressure. The baroreceptors are stretch receptors. We have them in our carotid sinus, as well as our aortic arch. Again, they are going to detect changes in pressure to adjust your heart rate and the tone of your vessels. Number 45, the enteric nervous system primarily controls what? A, B, C, or D? The enteric is your A. It is gut motility. If you got that one right, put a 1 in the chat. It is your gut motility. So enteric nervous system is essentially kind of like the brain of your gut, right? That is what regulates your peristalsis, any sort of secretion, and your blood flow to your GI tract. All right. Number 46. Bell's palsy involves paralysis of which cranial nerve? A, B, C, or D? Anyway, A and P notes are on MedZeg, as well as all of the TikTok Live practice tests, the blank version, and the answer keys. It's in a practice test library membership. Answer is A. It is your facial nerve. Bell's palsy is essentially when you have unilateral facial paralysis, and that's due to our facial nerve. Number 47, the second cranial nerve 2, carries what? The answer is B. It is your visual information. The optic nerve transmits photoreceptor signals from the retina to the brain. Now, number 48, the cochlea is responsible for what? A, B, C, or D? For number 48, what do we think? That is going to be C. It's going to be our hearing. Our cochlea is responsible for our hearing. It's kind of like the spiral looking thingy structure in your inner ear. It converts sound waves into neural signals. Number 49, you have rods in your retina. And what do they detect? A, B, C, or D? If you had the last question, I'd put a 1 in the chat. The answer choice is going to be A there. That is for low light and black and white vision. If you got that one right, put a 1 in the chat. Let us know you got it right. Again, rods are sensitive to dim light. Cones are going to detect color and fine detail. Last question here, everybody, and then I'm going to flip the camera around and say hello to all of you that are joining. Number 50, the vestibular apparatus detects what? A, B, C, or D? The vestibular apparatus is going to detect... The answer is C. It's your head position and motion. We kind of briefly touched on this earlier. Again, it's your semicircular canals. That's going to detect linear and rotational motion to send information to your cerebellum. To give you balance, essentially. But thank you all so much for being here tonight. I really appreciate it. It's a Friday night, so I appreciate you spending your Friday night with me. If you remember more than you thought, that's fantastic. If you want extra help in anatomy and physiology, I have A and P notes. Whenever I was in the class, I have the TikTok Live practice test blank versions with the answer key at the end for you all to print out and do on your own. But they're on MedZeg. They're on my website. That's what it is. Hello, everybody. Hi, I'm Ollie. I'm the guy that has been yapping to you on a Friday night about anatomy and physiology. I really appreciate you guys being here. Again, hi. I know some of you have already introduced yourself. The other thing, like I mentioned, I wanted to show you guys kind of what my website kind of looks like for the practice test library, because a lot of people were asking about it. But basically, it's pretty self-explanatory. Once you join the membership, it shows you how to download the slides. But basically, like what it looks like these are from November so far. These were from October. It gives them by date and topic. Again, September, August, July, June, and that's how far it goes back. But basically, the whole premise of it is once you join, where's my mouse at? All you have to do is come down on, pick out the day and the topic. This one is going to be on later tonight, but you click it, and then it takes you to the test that we went over that day, and then it has the answer key at the end. Scrolling down, I think this was one of the longer ones. Yeah, there we go. That's the answer key at the end. But seriously, thank you all so much. We hit 30,000 likes on the live stream. I appreciate any like you gave, any follow. It's nice to meet you guys. Appreciate you for any participation, any comment you gave. You guys are awesome. But love you guys. Have a fantastic rest of your Friday night, and I hope to see you in a future live stream.